One thing that all successful people have in common is a drive and a work ethic. That's the cornerstone of making something happen, turning into somebody, is that drive to be good at what you do and to work hard no matter what the task is.
My career with FCI started off really young. Got hired on when I was 18 years old. Started off as a laborer, pushing a broom for many months, and year after year, learning from a lot of skilled people in the trade, worked my way up to carpenter, foreman, assistant superintendent, and now superintendent.
First time Chad was brought to my attention was working at Western State College Science Building Addition and Labs. Chad was on location. We were self-performing our own concrete. Paul Walton was the lead superintendent on that project. I remember Paul making the statement, "Hey, keep an eye on this kid. He's got some talent."
He wanted to do it, he wanted to learn, he wanted to get better at what he did, and he never quit. And you know, those of us that recognized where he was going and what he wanted to do, we didn't quit on him either.
No matter what the task was, no matter how cruddy the job was, he did it with a smile on his face, never complained, did what was asked of him, and did a good job. And you know, I was told as a really young man, construction's 99% common sense. And it is. And that's what you gotta apply, is just good common sense and good work ethic. And you'll succeed.
I started out in the Grand Junction office and did transfer over to what is now our Frederick office. That has been about 11 years ago or so. You know, at the time, I had grown up in the Grand Valley, was looking for, you know, something a little bit different than what I had seen, you know, for the better part of my life up until that point. And at the time, I certainly wasn't nervous to transfer over to the other office. You know, it was all new folks, and there was certainly a level of I wanted to prove to them and show them that, you know, I was reliable and hardworking and somebody that they could rely on.
I mean, everything that's being built isn't being built in your hometown, period. So if we want to excel as a company, there is a sacrifice. And there's a lot of guys that helped build this company that made those sacrifices. And those sacrifices don't go unnoticed. Not with this company. With a lot of companies, maybe so, but with this company, no.
My perspective, kind of looking backwards, what has made Lucas successful is certainly his work ethic and the fact that he's fearless.
I started out here in the FCI Grand Junction office, the headquarters, as an estimator. So from the very beginning, I had never had an estimating position initially. Straight out of college, went right into pre-construction. So working with Evan and his team, going through the entire project from start to buyout.
You know, Anthony was a fit from day one. And when we look at like our core values of trust, honest, hard work, I mean, from the first couple months he was here, he was always the last one here. And it didn't matter what he was doing, he was 100% in. And even if he didn't know what he was doing, he would find out how to do it. And that kind of tenacity, I think, has led to him. I mean, he just gained so much experience so quickly because he wasn't afraid to go on and look at something new. He wasn't afraid to step outside the box and try something else.
The first thing I think they need to do is realize the opportunity in front of them. And that opportunity is a long-term career, not a job, a long-term career. And how you develop that is just like all the rest of us did. You gotta wanna do it, you gotta wanna get better at what we do, and then you will recognize the rewards that come with when you get there.
I think there's a component to all of these people we're talking about. That they're good students, they want to learn. They're in an environment, they're in a role that they enjoy, that they're proud of, and they want to do better. They want to learn how to be the best at what they are. And so they go and they seek out that advice. So I think, you know, the people that are mentors that are trying to share has things that they can share, has stories, has shortcuts, has anecdotes, has these ideas that help that growth, but they're nothing more than tools. You've got to be able to use those tools. You've got to want to use those tools. And I think that's really what makes these young and up and comers, that's what makes the difference, is they're good students. They take those tools and they run with it. They apply them. They're not afraid to make a mistake and learn from it and move on. They're humble. They're enthusiastic. They're good team partners. I feel like it's universal through all those folks.